everybody, and welcome to Legends of YouTube podcast. This is the Alpha Team. We got Caleb, Dylan, and Richard tonight. We're going to tonight's discussion: Star Wars. You guys can
Awesome. This is WOTWW Productions producer, Dylan Reagan
Slash
here.
seducer.
Yes. As you see in this, picture that I got right here, I am pretty awesome.
And I'm General Johnston on YouTube. Look it up. Maybe we'll do some collaborations on there with Legends of YouTube podcast, WOTWW, and Redneck Nerd. So without further ado, this is Legends of YouTube podcast, and we do have one more member on the team. If you will introduce yourself.
Skywalker, also known as the sports guy.
That is Dick Skywalker.
I thought he said Dick Skywalker.
Yes.
Yeah, you should have just went off that right off the bat.
So, anyways, what do you guys want to talk about first? Since we all seen it.
Star Wars Episode 7.
We all seen it at this point, right?
Yes.
All of us seen it.
Yep.
So who wants to go
We
first?
I'm not gonna go first because I want to kind of hear someone else's collaboration on the topic first, so I
Alright.
can kind of
Okay.
Caleb.
give
I'll
my
go
point of
first, you
view.
guys.
Caleb, what was your point of view on the entire movie? What you
Okay.
think about it?
Now, we were in a group chat about Star Wars and our favorite ones to our least favorite, and 7 is my second favorite. I think it was probably one of the best Star Wars movies. Definitely better than the prequels. It was on par with the original trilogy, especially the 4th episode. It mirrored a lot of what the 4th episode had,
I agree.
and it kept the practical sense to it. They used practical, basically everything in that movie, even the aliens and the monsters in the movie. Like the aliens were practical, and it felt like a Star Wars movie, and that's what I liked about it the most. The music was amazing. It was probably one of my favorite Star Wars movies. The plot was really good. It had one of the best single movie plots out of all of them. I think that Episode 6 probably had the best movie plot just in the single movie, not looking at it as a trilogy or saga. But the best, it had one of the best plots through just a single movie. If you're a new Star Wars fan and you're coming to watch it, then you pretty much understand what's happening, even if you've never watched the older ones. Even though there's a lot of history in this, it's built off what happened in the past and these characters' backstory. That's what it's built off of. But you don't have to know it to enjoy the movie or watch the movie. Or you won't be confused at the end of the movie, even though it ends on a little bit of a cliffhanger. And I thought the way it ended was brilliant. I believe that originally they intended, spoilers for the movie, for Luke Skywalker to have a line or say something, but then they decided to keep him silent. And I like that better because it's he's there, and you just get to see him, and he doesn't say anything. It's just that stare, and it just the camera pans out, and Rey's music starts to play.
He's a legend.
And Daisy Ridley I love her. Okay, I'm done.
But yeah, I definitely agree. It's a good thing that it mirrors the original trilogy, because in my honest opinion, I think it was a great way to reintroduce Star Wars to like a younger generation. For example, a lot of like our parents.
Yeah, there's a lot of new
our
people now.
parents went to see this movie as kids, and it was kind of like mirrored that experience.
And then we saw
to us.
we saw 1, 2, and 3, Phantom Menace, and so on.
Yeah,
That's what we grew up with. And now there's more people growing up with this trilogy. So yeah.
So in a way,
What
it's pretty awesome because it's just like, in a way, it's so different. It's different enough that we're able to enjoy it, and it's got all this action and stuff. But it's also a way for like people to get to know this certain kind of themes. And then I'm guessing that Episode 8 is probably going to mirror the Empire Strikes Back. The Empire Strikes Back in a lot of ways. I'm guessing some huge.
I bet
twists.
I bet it will too. That's a good thing.
Does anyone-
Can I cut in for a second?
Go ahead.
Speaking of, yeah, you got a good point there with 8 relating to the Empire Strikes Back, because always just the same thing with kind of Episode 2 Attack of the Clones as well. These are the episodes that they kind of make the villains win. And I
Yeah.
think in episode 8 they're gonna
That's
focus
true.
a lot on their villains and building up Kylo Ren as a wicked character. We're gonna learn more about this new Sith Lord and
Jar Jar.
oh my! Don't start! I swear to God.
To be
The
fair,
Sith
I
Lord
could
Jar Jar.
Snoke. Okay, Snoke. We're gonna learn a lot about these villains. I actually heard that Boba Fett and Lando, we're gonna be seeing them in
Really?
the new trilogy. Yes, it
Snoke
was.
is actually Rey.
Don't even start.
Ray's Jar Jar Binks.
Snoke is the same size as Yoda.
I heard that too. But
Talk about little man.
then again, Andy's been confirmed to play a giant character. But maybe it's just the hologram is big, and that's what people are going off of. But really, he could be Yoda size. But I hope he's really large, because we have never really seen a large Sith Lord. We've always seen like regular size, and then we saw Yoda as a smaller Jedi. But we've never saw really a large Sith Lord. We saw the the Rancor monster.
Rancor.
And then, really, Rancor. Really, that's it. And then maybe if you consider the I'm so bad with names right now. Not the Tauntaun, but the in episode
Wampa.
5, the Wampa. Yeah, the Wampa. If you want to consider that in there, really, and then the Attack of the Clones, the Clone Wars. Those monsters that Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Padme went up against. Really, those are the only big creatures we saw. So it'd be cool to see one with actual, intelligence and could use the Force.
That would be kind of a twist. So that'd be pretty neat. I never thought of that.
So does
Dick
anyone
Skywalker,
else-
what's your opinions?
What's my opinion? Well, I loved the movie. It was definitely reminiscent of the original series instead of the prequels, which, although one of my favorite characters is from the prequels, I can definitely say they are not even close to Star Wars. They're
Favorite
just
character Jar Jar.
something that people tried to put out to build up the story, and it kind of fell flat compared to the original trilogy.
That's true.
However, I really like how episode 7 is set up, because it, as you said earlier, General, it you don't have to see the originals to understand episode 7, but at the same time, they give you a fair nod. If you have seen the originals, you know a lot more of what's going on. You have a deeper appreciation of the character structure involved in the episode. However, for the younger individuals who haven't seen the original trilogy, it's still a great intro into Star Wars.
And you can tell who've seen Star Wars before in the movies. You can distinguish the people like us who know Star Wars and the new people, because as soon as Han Solo died, all of us started crying, but all the new people didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
Exactly. It hits you right in the chest.
It was pretty bad.
It hit Han Solo.
Also-
in the chest
Right in
pretty
the
hard.
chest.
Actually, it's more like right in the gut.
Wow.
Wow, that went right through me.
Did it burn a little?
I have a question, Keith.
Yeah.
We're live right now, right?
Yes.
Yes,
I'm
our
only
podcasts are live.
That's
Yeah,
impressive.
it should be live, but the bad thing is I don't see it on the channel. I only see our preview.
I didn't see it on the channel either, but it's there. It says it's recording.
Yes, sometimes it does that.
I just
Yeah,
checked.
YouTube streaming is still in beta.
So don't worry, it's still recording.
All right, that's good.
And one thing I'd like to say, I'm one of the only people, maybe not only, but I'm one of the few that will defend the prequels, because I
Hey.
did like the prequels, things about it that I don't like, but I did think they're definitely not as good, but they're not as bad as people make them, and I really liked how it ended.
Can
The
I say
third
something
movie
for a
was
second?
amazing.
Go ahead, Don.
Sure.
Okay, the prequels, they were great movies. I'm not gonna lie, I love them. But everyone who likes the original trilogy, they say that the prequels were so bad because they didn't have the same feeling. The prequels had a
Yeah.
newer, more advanced technology feeling,
For
but
the time, at
the
least.
original people don't like it because it's kind of like they went to the future, but it's supposed to be a prequel, so they also went to the past. So
Right.
a
So
lot of
basically, a
yeah,
lot of
it got
people that they had kept the original trilogy, how the look and the feel of the original trilogy was, and stuck with that for episode 1, 2, and 3, since they were supposed to be prequels.
Yeah,
Midichlorians.
and honestly, the Phantom Menace felt like a prequel. It really did felt like a prequel, but then it just went off on the wrong path. If it would have just stayed more like the original trilogy, I think it would have been better. Like you were saying, that's why episode 7 was so successful, because it felt like it wasn't too far. It was in the future, but it didn't feel like it was too much more futuristic. I mean, it started out with Rey. She's a scavenger, and she was just as limited to what her technology and her capabilities as Luke was at the beginning of
Anakin.
4. So it felt Anakin, yeah, exactly, at the beginning of 1. So they're very similar movies, but it just, as the movies go on, the path just deviates farther and farther from what Star Wars should feel like.
I just
Actually-
got cut like big time.
Really?
Yeah, Dick Skywalker was being a dick.
What'd I do?
You cut me when I was talking, man. It's not cool.
So I have something I need to bring up to you
Alright.
guys. And I just realized.
All right,
Who
go for it.
who here thinks that Rey is Luke's daughter?
I do.
I do
Rey
because
is
it's
my future
actually
wife too.
it's legit. It's proven everywhere. It's not. Do you think it's a
Well, it's not
fact?
proven yet.
How is it proven?
See, I was
It's not
talking to
proven.
Mark Hamill
It was
a couple days ago,
proven.
and
Bullshit, it was proven.
no, I don't think it was proven.
I don't
But
think it's proven
what's your source?
Something that's still being written. I mean,
The Disney Infinity. I told you about that like a month. I
Oh,
don't know
that's
why you
not
guys.
true.
I don't
But
know
they
why you
changed
guys.
it from.
it was an incident. They didn't actually have it say that. The person who broke the news retracted it because it wasn't "come at me, cousin." It was something else that sounded extremely similar. They even uploaded it to YouTube and gave
Yeah,
you the
that's-
little snippet, and it
It's
was
true.
not cousin.
But anyways, let's go, if it's
But I still
whether
do
it's
think
fact
she
or
is.
not. Let's look at
No,
what we
I think so
have.
too. But I mean, it's not proven.
First of all, desert planet. It's not Tatooine, but it's still a desert planet. There's scavengers, basically like scrappers. Basically, they just collect junk and stuff. They're kind of limited in their technology. They also don't really know anything about their parents. At least, Anakin didn't know about a father because he didn't have one. Luke had never actually met his parents. He was with his aunt and uncle.
No, Luke thought his father died because he heard that Vader killed him.
Well, yeah, not.
So
well, at the
he
very
grew up
beginning.
knowing that his well, not at the very beginning, but yeah, he thought his parents were dead.
And
Same thing.
Ray was abandoned.
Anakin never. No, Anakin's a
Abandoned as a
different story.
child.
All right. Hold up for a second.
Similar. You're right.
Like a lot of noise is blaring because when we talk simultaneously, it's kind of.
All right, Mr. Turtle Beach.
No, it's blaring really bad. Like,
Mister, I got the best sound quality.
It sounds great here for me. At least from the
Yeah,
Well,
that sounds good for me.
I hear a lot of static and I don't know where it's coming from.
Dick.
But yeah, but he has a phone. It is like surrounding, so I can't. I'm not gonna, blame him. It's not his fault. He's a pagan.
Luke Skywalker is a man of few means.
He's one of
Luke
those Amish
Skywalker
people.
just loves tinfoil, so that's
I'm
why
hearing a lot of
it
static
just
now,
sounds
too.
staticky.
All right, we're off topic. I apologize for doing that.
So let's go back
To
to the other things. Back to the
Dick
to
Skywalker
episode
has a
7.
so
fetish for
Keith,
tinfoil.
Keith, you were talking about you like the new desert planet and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, so from my knowledge, that is Jakku, right?
Yes, it's Jakku.
All right. Now the thing with Jakku is that it was already a planet in the original trilogy. It was already written out and everything into the novels, which when a lot of people saw that Jakku was the opening planet on The Force Awakens, a lot of people went completely insane because the Shadow of the Empire novels and the Young Jedi Knight novels had a lot of chapters and scenes in Jakku. So,
Well,
I like Jakku.
the novels were made uncanon at this point.
yes, that's the thing. That's the thing. And when like they were thinking, hey, maybe this new director's trying to approach some of these authors' ideas to the saga, but not going completely following these novels, because we still want to surprise the audience.
Right. But that's what makes the movie sell, because you wonder what's going to happen.
Like
I mean,
in the
Mark
novels,
Hamill didn't even appear in the trailer, but they saw him on the posters and everything. People were wondering, what's his role in
Yeah.
this?
well,
Yeah, he was
okay.
in the Japanese poster, I believe.
Really?
I think he was. That's why I think that's what started all the I think that's what started it all. They released it on a Japanese poster or something.
Interesting.
I think but there is something else that happened with that, but we're not going to get into that. Yeah, you guys should look that up. The Japanese, I think it's a Japanese, no, it's a Chinese Force Awakens poster. Just look at it and look what they did to it. It's not right.
I'll check it out later.
anyways.
But there's like so many other facts as well that point to Luke being Rey's father for so many other reasons. Like, for example, well, not just the simulators don't even end there. Like, for one, she's a skilled pilot. Two, she
Yeah,
knows how
true.
to work on stuff.
Okay, another thing.
She's very, very force sensitive.
Before you
and seems
continue,
almost trained in
I
it.
did discover that.
I realize how much like it's obvious that it looks like that Luke is the father, but I think a great twist would be putting Obi-Wan as the father.
No, Jabba the Hutt as
Well,
the
here's
father.
the next
I'm
thing.
done.
Here's the next thing. How about the lightsaber calling out to her?
That okay. I actually
Yeah,
know
but
the entire
it was
story
Obi-Wan's
behind
voice.
that because they used some of the original trilogy stuff to that lightsaber going through the entire process. Because that lightsaber in Empire Strikes Back, Cloud City is over Jakku. So
Wait, no,
when I forget,
Cloud City is over Bespin.
oh yeah,
Yeah, Cloud City is an overture.
oh yeah, that's that yellow alien's home planet. I forget who she is.
I can't remember her name. Either.
Hold on, I got this.
She has the glasses.
The goggles.
I know this, guys. I know this. Come on.
I forget her name.
I know this.
Well, when Caleb is pending, I'm gonna continue.
She found the
the
lightsaber.
Yeah, that person when it dropped from Cloud City or whatever, she got a hold of it, and I'm thinking maybe she got like some kind of force powers or something, or she
Or
was
just got
told
caught.
by or she was just told by a Jedi, because she put it in a case and stored it away, and she knew it was Anakin Skywalker's or Luke Skywalker's.
But she's bound to it somehow because it triggered the flashbacks and everything.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
the thing.
Like, she saw scenes from when Luke was in the fight and everything and all that stuff.
Yeah, her name's Maz Kanata.
That's it.
Yeah, I was
Maz,
just
yeah,
that.
But anyway,
and Solo knew her too. So there's also a theory that Solo, he could
There
have.
was a statue of her in the original trilogy.
I didn't realize
Wait.
that. That's pretty awesome.
She's been there. She's been there like throughout
Oh.
time, basically.
So what I'm guessing is that there could have also been Han Solo or Lando could have gotten the lightsaber, and then since
wasn't Han?
Maz and Han Solo was really good friends with Maz,
I think Han
so
Solo was already frozen in kryptonite by that point, wasn't he?
yeah. But afterwards, after the fact, I'm talking about because Lando could have had it or something.
Maybe.
Because Solo was previous friends with Maz, so he knew that she already had the saber.
But think about it. Why would the smuggler and Lando be interested in a lightsaber? What I think happened was somehow she just got her hands on it. She was in the right place at the right time
That's what I
because
The Force.
it just the force directs, people's paths and stuff, and somehow things just lined up in the right way that the lightsaber just fell right into her possession, and that's so
Well,
Rey could eventually
in
use
the
it.
This is what I
books-
love about Star Wars because they leave you so many gaps that you can just come up with theories of how stuff happens, but it's never proven.
Actually,
And
It's
it
never
doesn't ruin the
proven.
story.
in the books, one of the there's an there like a bunch of the Empire. They caught Luke's hand, and they actually made an evil clone of him.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. Wasn't that
Insane.
like, yeah? In Dark Horse, they called it the Ragnarok saga.
But there's so many things that could have gone on there.
Yeah, it was an evil Luke,
But
and
why would Obi-Wan be the father though? 'Cause,
He'd be the
he's-
grandfather.
He's too old.
hold on, I'm gonna talk.
I don't
I'm
think
gonna tell
that's
you about a
possible.
few things. I'm gonna tell you about a few things. Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars, he had somewhat of a lover, but they never said if they did anything or anything like that
Right.
because of the Jedi rules and all that kind of stuff. But when he was still with Qui-Gon, he had a lover and all of that throughout everything. So imagine her, like Rey's already aged enough when this movie comes out. Like she's in
No.
maybe like
Well, think
mid
about it.
20s or something like that. And I'm thinking Obi-Wan could be the father.
No, that's impossible, dude. The age gap's too much. Because Ray's about Luke. Ray's about what Luke's age is. In the first.
But the thing is that I'm not even saying that. Maybe it's not his daughter. Maybe it's his granddaughter because maybe he had a kid with the lover throughout the Clone Wars, and that person's daughter, or yeah, that person's daughter is Rey.
Now
still
I did
another-
hear that the actor who played Obi-Wan might be making an appearance in this next one.
I hope
not
so.
sure.
Ewan McGregor is awesome.
Yeah, that's who it is. He's gonna make an
Yeah, Ewan
appearance in
McGregor.
it. Now, how?
I hope so. He's amazing.
If that's the reason.
Probably
I don't know.
flashbacks or the Force Ghost.
Force Ghost, probably.
Yeah. Are the
It's
been-
is
it's
that
been
the
confirmed.
trilogy?
He
Is that
told
the
me it was a
prequel
Force
one?
Ghost, though.
Yeah, the prequel one.
Yeah, I love that guy. He's a motorcycle collector. He used to show
he's
him
great.
off.
But it's been confirmed that I'm gonna be Rey's love interest in the next Star Wars.
Well, congratulations.
Have Liam Neeson.
Thank you.
Jar Jar, just so that you know.
Do you realize her accent
Liam
is
Neeson
so
confirmed
different?
for 8th.
Her accent is so different off screen.
Oh, I know.
The same thing with like Barbara from Gotham. Like you would have no
And
idea.
Finn's? Have you heard Finn talk? What's his name?
Yeah.
John Boyega?
Yeah.
Finn is crazy different accent.
Okay, so I have something I want to pitch to you guys if I can say it that way. A new what is it called? Top segment. Yeah, segment of the podcast.
All right, hit it.
All right. Let me hit you guys with this one. All right, how about this? This segment could be called or something pitch your movie. We could all come up with our ideas for a movie, and that the topic of the movie would be the topic of the podcast, like Star Wars.
So is this going to be for the next one? The next podcast?
For Star Wars 8. No, Star Wars 8. Like right now. Like, what do you think is gonna happen?
Oh, jeez.
Definitely going to be the
That's-
villain winning,
Wow.
and definitely going to be a huge plot twist of some kind.
Okay. Widow.
Okay, it's not necessarily going to be the villains winning, but we're gonna see some villain character developing. Like, it's confirmed. I don't know if it's gonna be an 8, but they did say Boba Fett will be back, so I we might see him there, and then we might get a more story to him, and possibly like the novels with him and Han having their past. He might be helping out the good guys, so that would be pretty cool.
Do you think Harrison Ford will
And
be in there somehow?
we're gonna be seeing. I know this for a fact. Even if it's at the end, we're going to see a saber battle between Luke and Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
I think Luke's gonna die.
I don't.
No.
Okay, I don't think he's going to die. I just don't think he's going to win yet. Like, they're not doing Obi-Wan from Episode 4 all over again because Luke.
I
Okay,
think Luke's gonna reveal to Rey that he's the father. Because if you look at his expression,
Yep.
he looked like he had guilt or something, like he hadn't seen her for so long.
also, another thing is that Luke, I think he's gonna be like the new Yoda. That's what I think. He's gonna be the Jedi Master, and his apprentice is gonna be like the new Luke. Like, Rey's gonna be the new Luke, and he's gonna be the new Yoda. And then maybe we'll see another little girl or a guy that maybe Rey will take in as a Padawan or something.
Okay.
I think
Uh,
that happened. Will be
No,
in
I don't
episode
think.
Yeah, Dick.
9.
I don't think
Give us your
Rey's gonna be
opinion.
full blown on Jedi until at least the 9th movie.
Agreed.
I said eventually. I didn't say definitely an 8.
Because even Luke wasn't the perfect Jedi by the time 6 rolled around.
He was a Jedi Knight in 6, and Yoda considered him a Jedi Master as soon as he would defeat Vader.
Because there's so many things in Episode 6 where he didn't make like he said things that a Jedi wouldn't say. Like for example, when he told Jabba, "Release my friends or die." A Jedi would not say that.
Okay, they didn't make up all the Jedi rules back in the old Star Wars days. Like, they didn't start all that stuff until the prequels. So you got to think of
know.
that too.
I know, but I'm also saying that they're not going to throw
But the
away.
actual
They're not
dialogue
gonna
was
throw
that
away- they're not going to throw away.
Yoda said he'd be a Jedi Master as soon as he conquered Vader or confronted Vader. That's what he said.
I heard a lot of
All right, Dick.
theories,
Give us your
too.
pitch on what do you think 8's gonna be like.
I think 8 is going to focus more on character
Interesting.
development than actual continuation of the story.
I agree.
More specifically, they're going to try to mold Kylo Ren because not everybody liked him so far. Like he was a little whiny compared to what you want a supervillain to be.
I agree.
So I think they're going to try to toughen him up. I also think that you're going to see a huge increase in role for Captain Phasma. Is that what her
Yep.
name is? Yeah. She was supposed to be a big deal. They were hyping her up before the movie
She was a big
came
deal
out.
in the book before the Awakening.
And
Shadows of the Empire.
any huge part in this movie. She was secondary character at best. So I think they're going to work on developing her more so this next movie in episode 8. You're going to see the heroes be molded a little bit more. We're going to learn more about Finn and his backstory, and Rey, of course. Hopefully,
They
we'll
all have
find
very
out.
interesting backstories.
What was that?
They all have really interesting backstories. I'm in the middle of reading this the Star Wars book. What is it called? Before the Awakening or Shadows of the Empire, whatever it's called.
Shadows of the
it's-
Empire is it's what originally The Force Awakens was supposed to be.
No, like this book is literally just about the backstories. I read it at work whenever I'm bored. It's about Finn, Poe, and not Daisy Ridley. Ray. Gosh, I love Daisy Ridley. It's literally just about their backstories, like about Finn and his squad of troopers. About Zero, Six, I think it's Six, and Slip, and then Finn. About all of them,
Caleb,
and then Poe, and then Ray.
I swear to God, with Ray,
Yeah.
you're like Joven Shire with Emma Watson. I swear to God. I swear.
Daisy
I
Ridley is
mean,
amazing.
Ray is pretty hot.
All right, so let me give you my pitch for the 8th movie, and then we can end this thing. Well, this is what I think's gonna happen. I completely agree with Dick Skywalker. Like, they're gonna focus on character development. That's all. That's gonna be the main thing. Because think about it, Empire Strikes Back was really all about characters. The 4th one was setting up the world, introducing you to them, just like the 7th one. And then Empire is going to be about characters, which what I think the 8th one's going to be about. It's going to be a lot about characters. We're going to see probably the beginning is going to be Luke and Rey training together, and that's
Similar to
what I think
Yoda.
they're going to be training together. And then what I think is going to happen is Kylo's probably going to come after them. I think what's going to happen is the First Order is going to be hardcore coming after the Resistance, just like how the Empire was coming after the Rebels in the 5th movie, how they were on Hoth. The Resistance, they're going to be hiding. They're going to be trying to do what they can to survive because the First Order's still out there. All they did was destroy Starkiller base. They didn't take out the First Order yet. So Snoke's going to be after them, or Hux is going to be after them like crazy. So they're going to
I
come.
see what they did. Starkiller
Exactly.
base. It's named after Starkiller. Oh my God,
Yeah,
I never
from-
even realized that. Yeah. The Secret Apprentice. That's so awesome. I didn't realize that.
Is it
That's
me?
so
Or did they
great.
just literally make the Death
He
Star
wasn't
bigger?
canon, that's the funny thing. Because there's actually a storyline with that Secret Apprentice that actually matters in the movies. So it's pretty cool that he's not canon. But
Yeah,
also,
and like
I wanted to state one thing, okay? This gotta happen in 8. I want to see the relationship between Snoke and Kylo Ren. Kind of like we saw with Vader and the Emperor in Episode 5. I want to see that relationship between the two.
Yeah, there's definitely something like when Episode 3 with Anakin and the Emperor.
yeah, exactly. Yep. And did you know that Finn, his trooper number was FN 2187, and did you know 2187 was the prison cell that they were holding Princess Leia in the 4th movie?
That's cool.
Detention cell 2187. Yep. Okay, so they're going to be coming after the Resistance, and they're going to get the Resistance. I think they're gonna back them up against the wall, take the puzzle pieces or whatever to the star chart, and they're going to come after Luke and Rey. Then when they get there, that's going to be the battle between Luke and Kylo, and something's going to be happening in the heat of the moment. And then somewhere in there, Rey's going to find out that Luke is her father. Either someone's going to spill the beans. Like, the beans are about to get spilled in the 8th movie. That's what's about to happen. And I don't know. I kind of want to see Leia die, just because she was probably the worst character in the 7th movie. So I kind of just want to see her go.
Damn.
Yeah. And then they're just gonna build character.
She
Like
did so
we're gonna see
much.
probably more Poe and everything.
So I guess so.
So really, that's what I think is gonna happen. It's gonna end probably on I don't know what it can end on. It's gonna have something big to do with Snoke. Is gonna be at the end of 8. Like, we're gonna find out. It's kind of gonna be like The Hobbit. If you think about it, the second Hobbit movie, it ended with the big lead up to Smaug, and like you saw Smaug like awake and everything, and he's like comes out flying towards the city or whatever he's about to destroy. And we get to see a lot of him at the end of the movie, but we really get to don't see him really until the last movie, but we get a big introduction to his character in the second movie. That's what's going to happen in 8, a big introduction to who Supreme Leader Snoke is, and we're going to find out a lot about him, but we're not going to get to really see him in action until the last movie. And that's what I think it's going to end on, like how the 7th movie, or not 7th, the 5th movie, Empire Strikes Back, ended with Vader and Luke, but this one's going to end with Snoke, and probably, I don't know, just it's going to have a big something to do with Snoke and who he is, and probably Kylo a lot.
Okay,
I have-
here's
That's what I think's
something.
going to happen.
Dick's gonna agree with me here. A great scene for 8. Okay, we're gonna have R2 and Luke and BB-8 and Rey.
Ray.
Just like right next to each other in like different X-wings with both of them in the ships.
Okay, that's good. That's gonna happen.
That's gonna happen.
Confirmed.
It's
Confirmed.
gonna be badass. Like
You've heard it here, guys. You've heard it here. Legends Tomorrow podcast.
Yeah.
Legends
Okay,
of
now-
YouTube.
Don't get it mixed
My
up.
one disagreement. We cannot.
What did I
put on-
say?
You
they
said
have
Legends
to
of
have-
Tomorrow, bro.
I meant Legends of YouTube. You guys know what I meant.
So,
They didn't.
We're about to sign off here, right?
Yep.
Alright.
I'll go last.
Okay.
Can I make
now-
one last comment?
Not
ahead.
even last
Go for
comments. Before we end this podcast, I'm sorry that I'm not. I just said that Keith was going to be the main speaker and everything,
all
but
good.
I'm gonna. Before we end this podcast, I wanna the next podcast we're gonna be doing kind of DC topic, because last week was National DC Week, and we have a lot of DC stuff coming up. We have Batman versus Superman. We got the
Yes.
the Dawn
I'm
of the
ready.
Justice League. Dawn
I'm
of the
ready.
Justice League.
Give it to me.
Oh yeah, Dawn of the Justice League, the new Wonder Woman trailer, which
Yes.
oh my god, that just
Margot
mind
Robbie.
blowing, mind blowing.
Margot Robbie and the Suicide Squad.
Yes, yes. We have the what was it? Oh, the posters of the Dawn of the Justice League. We saw a whole bunch of Aquaman, Cyborg. So, yeah, it was pretty awesome. And
So that's what'll be on next week's podcast.
yes, we'll be talking about a lot of DC stuff.
All right. So Dick Skywalker, any final words for the podcast?
Oh, and they showed a poster of Mr. Freeze for the second half of Gotham.
I do remember that.
Okay, now is it my final word?
Go ahead.
All right. All I can say is looking forward to next week. We had a good talk
Okay.
today on Force Awakens and Star Wars in general. And
Oh yeah.
looking forward to hearing some DC stuff.
He said
next-
General.
Do you want to know what I'm looking forward to?
My name's copyrighted. You owe me money.
I'll give you a penny the next time I see you.
All right. What Keith?
Dang.
Sounds like my YouTube salary.
Nah, you made $1.08. Don't play me. I know.
Can I tell you what I'm looking
How do you
forward
know
to?
this?
Because he's creeping on you.
He
That's
looked
what
at my
they told-
analytics.
Now I owe him 2 cents.
So here's my last
All right,
comment.
Keith. Any final words?
I'm looking forward to who's going to be the next Slave Leia replacement.
Ray.
Yeah,
Ray.
definitely. John Boyega probably.
Gotta have that gold bikini thing.
It's gonna be Lando.
Oh!
It's gonna be Lando.
No, it's gonna
Oh,
be.
God.
It's gonna be Daisy. Not Daisy Ridley. I can't stop saying her name. It's gonna be Carrie Fisher. Again.
No.
She's gonna be older this time.
And no, no.
Lando's gonna pull out the bikini. Lando's gonna pull out the bikini and be like, "Remember this?"
Actually, I kind of hope.
Is
they
she gonna
do
put it
that.
on?
Well, not that part.
That'd be hilarious.
I'm kind of looking forward to seeing Lando because now we don't got Han, and what I'm guessing that's how they're gonna kind of introduce Lando with
He's gonna
like,
wear
oh,
Han's
we're
shirt.
sorry about the, yeah, we're gonna be like, oh, sorry about the death of your friend, and
Lando's
like,
about to slide in her DMs like,
Guys,
"What's
guys,
up?"
yeah, Lando's gonna be in there and he's gonna be grieving over Han. That's all I know.
Be like,
So
Then he's gonna be like, "Oh, don't cry, Leia. I got you, girl."
Did you know this? In the fifth
Billy.
movie,
Carrie.
I didn't even think of that. Oh my god,
God damn it, guys.
Lando's getting
Lando
rich.
and Lando and Lando and Leia, 2017. Called it.
I hate you.
He's
guys.
like, I'm sorry for your loss, but at least you get 4 more inches.
Oh.
All right, Keith, what were you about to say?
Yeah. Han got about
Alright.
5 feet, anyways.
All right, Web of the Widow doesn't get any final words. He's done. He's done. All right, let's end this.
Widow.
God damn it! I forgot what I was going to say.
Don't end it. Don't end it.
Oh, I remember now.
It's
All right,
so
Keith, what were you
great.
gonna say?
In
Your
the
final
fifth-
words.
In the fifth movie, did you ever notice that shortly after, like right about the time Han got frozen in Kryptonite, and Lando's flying the Millennium Falcon? Did you know he's wearing Han's shirt?
Is he really?
Yeah.
Dang, he
Do you
been sliding
realize
in
I don't
DMs
care
since-
about that because episode 5 was just called The Adventures of Boba Fett?
He been flying in them DMs.
I didn't even care about Boba Fett in episode 5.
Screw you. Boba Fett is just he's
All right.
he's awesome.
Yo, you can't
Right.
accept Jar Jar. I can't accept Boba. Get out of my life.
All right, I think that's going to be it for this podcast, though. So thank
Yep.
you all for watching if you're coming out live, and thanks for watching on YouTube if you're coming out and just listening to the podcast, listen to us be dumb. Thanks for the views. Leave a like. If you enjoyed, comment. If you enjoyed, let us know why. Share the video. Let your friends know about it. And that's going to be it for this week's episode. So that is General Johnson signing off, and I'll see you guys next time for some more Legends of YouTube podcast.
Go later, stand by.
Hey, is that the fat guy? Oh, that's Red Leader. Alright, sign off. Sign off, Dylan.
He's not getting invited back.
Yep. Alright, guys.
In charge of Web of the White Widow Productions gets kicked from Web of the White Widow Productions.
Web of the White Widow kicked from Web of the White Widow.
That's a dick move, man.
It's a Dick Skywalker.
Dick
move.
Skywalker does.
Anyways, that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks for watching, and hope you have a good one.